Doshiteru Yokuso YouTube, and welcome to another battle in the Avatar Conquest series. This is Fall of the Samurai, the standalone expansion pack for Total War Shogun 2. Today I'm bringing you a fight on the Shinano River map, and I'm playing against Gold Phoenix 38. And this was an interesting battle. It showed sort of like a classic modern army versus, unlike the previous battles, more of a sort of a mixed arms approach. And we'll see how that works out. So let's start with my army today. I've got 4 White Bear infantry, and my opponent was the same rank as me, so I figured just go for numbers, go for these White Bear base, good melee attack, sort of like a middle standpoint. If I had Black Bears, I would have brought maybe 2 Black Bears and 2 White Bears, but anyway, 2 Yariki, and my general, the old battle veteran Matsuda Kage. There he is. And I'm sending one of my Yariki over here into this archery dojo to capture it. And notice how I split them, I spread them out, and I'm going to try and get a charge on this clumped up unit, my opponent's Yariki. But he's going to pull back, and I'm going to take this moment to quickly go back and dismount my units. So he has a Yariki, as you saw, and then he has 1 White Bear infantry of his own. There they are, and then he has another White Bear infantry of his own. He's brought a Katana Kachi, another Katana Kachi, a Spear Levy, and his general. So he's sort of going for a mixed approach. And at this stage, I really want to capture the shrine to help my units. So I'm lining up my troops to start capturing it. And now look what happens here. I do manage to dismount my spear units, and my opponent is going to charge at them with his own cav. Sure, I've got a 15 against bonus, 15 against cav bonus, but that charge actually does quite a bit, and he actually sort of gets a nice little flank attack on me. He's naturally going to disperse my own horses, but now once they begin getting bogged in, you can see that my spears are going to come out on top, and here comes my other Yariki. And basically in this exchange, what happened is that I removed his cav component, secured a building, and lost a cav unit. So I won 2 things and lost 1. Not really overly saddened about that. So here I do a mistake. I should have brought these units right up the cliff, just to prevent my opponent from sort of bringing his own units up and sort of preventing me from surfacing on the cliff. But I don't do this, and then that's going to trigger him to bring his own units right on the shore here. And they're going to get decent shots at any units that pop on the cliff. I was hoping that maybe, even if he does that, my units will be able to come out on top. But we'll see what happens in that engagement. So now I'm capturing this building over here, which is the archery dojo, which is going to give me increased reload for all missile units. So that's good. And I am sitting my Yariki over here in the woods, and they're going to prove very important and crucial to my movement here. So I'm going to bring my units up just a little bit, and my opponent, being very cautious at this stage, he knows he can't advance on an untouched line. He needs to do something. He doesn't want to send his outnumbered musket units forward. And now look at this. He's getting some devastating shots. Even though I am at a better hill position, his units are sniping at me from the trees, and my unit's still not taking fire here, sort of lining up, and now they're going to open fire and begin shooting at his troops. Oh, that is deadly. That is deadly. He got the first volley, and that means he's going to have the advantage. I'm down to 100 men almost, and he is down to 111 men. So I thought that I was going to, come out on top, but his units were just devastating my guys, even though I have the hill advantage here. He's 97 men, and now I'm beginning to close the gap, and now you can see that the hill advantage is slowly going my way. 90 men to 80 men, and then see now it's sort of balancing out, and now I'm coming out on top slowly but surely. He's taking some nice shots, but so am I. And you can see over here, this is his marine unit. This is a marine unit, his White Bear unit. This is their perspective. They're shooting uphill at a harder target, but they also have tree cover. And at this stage, my units are down to 68. His units are down to 68. And I decide to pull out just because I'm going to begin doing some cav harassment here with this Yari key. And I remember in the actual fight, now here's the replay getting corrupt again, my men were down to the 40s, and his men were still up in the 70s, so he did actually come out on top with that mini skirmish that occurred. He sort of decimated my men with the first couple of volleys, so there you go, CA messing up the replays again. But nonetheless, I'm going to bring my own men forward, and you can see that some of his guys were in range, and I did take shots at his second White Bear infantry, which was brought down to 142 out of 150. And now I'm going to start microing my cav, my Yariki, and what I'm going to do here is try and force the gap. And this is a good, good move that you can do with the one cav unit at a time, especially when your opponent is trying to catch you with a spear. This is a mistake. If I had those spear units, I'd keep them right at the back of the units I wanted to protect. Running them around like this is only going to make them tired and make it easier for me to catch them off position. You can see now my opponent trying to go for the hill advantage. I know that he's going to be able to shoot me from that improved position, so I'm going to fall back just a little bit. And here come my cav. Hopefully I can sort of distract his attention, force him to not advance a little bit further and be able to get some shots. And now look at this. He's trying to catch me with his spears. He's moving his other units. So good. So far so good. I'm going to continue now moving my cav, and now he knows that his white bears are in a threat, so now he's moving his white bears. I'm going to begin advancing my own white bears to catch them off guard. His spears are completely out of position right now. Look how far away they are from the rest of the troops, and now I'm going to see a gap, and there it is. I'm going to march right into the gap, get away from his spears, change in the last minute, allow my units to open fire, and I'm gonna strike right at his general, which is a juicy, easily obtainable target. And there you go, slam into his general, and his spears are completely out of the picture. He knows that he needs to rally his troops, and he does, but my own units are opening fire and devastating his line of white bears. And now he's going to run his troops, his rallied troops forward. Let's see how these guys are gonna fare when there's a river between them and my muskets. I'm gonna tell you now, they're not gonna fare too well. So his general's out of the picture. My cav still lives. Only took 9 casualties in that engagement. And now I'm going to run my depleted White Bear infantry forward with my cav. And now look what happens to these poor Katana Kachi as they try to go through the river and get absolutely destroyed by my White Bears. And again, retreat, cover. There we go. I'm going to fall back. Moving my general on a hill. Moving this unit over here. Making it a little bit harder for them to catch me in a melee. And now he's gonna stop right here for some weird reason. And will I get shot off before he engages? Yes, I do. There we go. Initial volleys. Guard mode is on, so some units will still be firing. And there you go. I'm going to now move this unit on the side just to make sure that it's an easily obtainable flank. I'm going to hit his Katana Kachi here just to give time for my units to reload. I know this is going to leave me a little bit exposed to his infantry de marine, but they're welcome to fire at my troops, and they are going to start opening fire. Well, there was an infantry de marine in the real fight here. It wasn't just Yarikai spear levy. He did have not infantry de marine, sorry, a white bear. He had one white bear here that were firing at my cavalry and actually managed to rout them. But at this stage, I move in my guys and I actually rout the rest of his troops. So that's some positioning for you. You don't want to really attack. If I was my opponent, I would have sort of fallen back into the trees because he wasn't going to win that engagement. But I do salute the fact that he didn't go around camping. But, you know, sometimes you got to camp. Sometimes you got to fall back. You know, with me taking both buildings and having a better position, I would have totally crossed the river to go meet him there. But anyway, guys, that's the last battle that is going to be associated with the episode number 2 of the Avatar Conquest series. I hope you guys enjoyed the battles for the day. Remember to comment if you have any questions or concerns. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Like the video and favorite it if you think it deserved that, because it really does help me stay motivated and helps the channel grow. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is Gamer Dudester, and I'll see you next time.